Hi, I'm Dane Rose, and in a little bit I'm going to introduce you to three very different clients I've had the pleasure of working with over the last year. But first I want to tell you a little bit about Mystical Landscapes and how we've worked to resolve the three big challenges that often plague the contracting industry. So for communication, the way that I've handled that is by deliberately staying small and being both a designer and installer. In that way, I'm able to be your sole contact point from the first initial consultation through the design process and moving into the installation where, with any luck, we get to communicate a little bit every day when you come home from work. Secondly, cost overruns. By giving flat costs for every aspect of the work at the beginning, you write a check for exactly what you expect at the end. And finally, work being done on time. What I've found is that if I do one job with full attention until complete, we get 80% of our jobs done, not only on time, but a little bit early. So that's our policy. And it just makes for a more relaxing, pleasurable and comfortable interaction. I'd like to introduce you to David now, and the values and goals of David's project were to bring some of his poetic spirit, some of his life into a pretty drab condo building, staying within the condo regulations, and basically have fun. That was the main goal for this project, so I'll let David take you around.
I'm going to step out into the patio now from the dining room, and the first thing you'll notice is this checkerboard tile. Perhaps we can show it later in more depth. Previously there was just a cement slab here, and you'll notice some new plantings and new pots, and over here on the wall you'll find what's called outdoor canvas art. We'll take a look at two more things here. One is the floor of the deck. That's an old Trek flooring material that Dane and his crew painted in the bright yellow and blue colors, which I really like. And above them are two other umbrellas. These umbrellas happen to be from China. They're extremely well made. All my neighbors say it's really happy and colorful and looks like it's inviting to people to come over and see and enjoy.
So now we come to Gary's project, and the driving values here were real estate value, upgrading an older landscape to something more contemporary, creating privacy. He had a number of neighbors looking down at him from the upper slope. So you'll see our fence and bamboo. And with Gary, the value was about the detailing and just the clean lines and the finishes that we use. So we paid particular attention to those.
When I bought the property, I knew I didn't have much space in the bank for landscape for what I really wanted. However, I sat down with Dane and he presented me some ideas, and the benefit of that was this. I had a concrete wall approximately 6 or 7 feet high that ran the entire length of the property to my neighbor's wall over there. Dane showed me the benefit of dropping that wall by 18 inches and opening up back to a contemporary fence. I initially was going to put in a 4-foot fence just running along again the length of the property, but Dane came up with the idea of putting in a contemporary Asian style fence with the bamboo with the final product, which I'm very happy with.
For the home of Steve and Melinda Nunez, the biggest goal was to bring in a sense of light and a little bit of creativity and to differentiate it from the other tract homes in the development that all had these very massive white railings that seemed a bit out of scale and just dominated the house. So we brought in some stone, we used stainless steel cables, and I'll let Steve take you on a little bit of a tour.
My name's Steve Nunes, and I am going to tell you what our wonderful landscaper Dane has done from Mystical Landscaping. What you see here is, of course, the after picture, the transformation that he has taken from what was before, and that is a enormous concrete pad with these white, I hate to say hideous railings, but they were, because now we have something to compare it to, but it really took away from our beautiful front area. And when Dane came in, he came up with a great plan, and he really transformed this. So Dane, thank you very much. Mystical Landscaping is a great company if you're looking at somebody to transform your front landscaping.
I invite you to call and schedule a free initial consultation so I can explain the design process and fees, and also make sure that we're a good fit to work together and for the project. One of the steps that you can take that will propel the process along is visiting the design section of this site and downloading the landscape questionnaire. I've developed this over a period of years, and it's saved tens of thousands of dollars in design fees and avoided change orders and mistakes just by making sure that we consider all the different factors and questions before I make any recommendations, and most certainly before the work begins. So do check that out, and I look forward to meeting you.